And one of the things that we have said in many times before in many other shows is that women need to have that appreciation from the woman, the respect from the woman, and then the admiration from the woman. Now, the fact that we as men are trying to meet unrealistic expectations from women leads us to the recognition that we are trying to meet impossible expectations. And we are recognizing that we are not appreciated for it because you are not satisfied with what we did, because what we did was not enough in comparison to your expectation. This leads us to be in a position where we've tried our best in most scenarios and we did not meet your standard, and now you're dissatisfied, attempting to overly romanticize the situation, and then we didn't do enough, but we did more than what we should have done because our finances were limited in that scenario. We've exhausted our expenses in order to do something for you, and you're not satisfied with that. So that means that all my efforts are in vain. This is one of the reasons why it's not good for either party. Your standards need to be reasonable. We're not saying, ladies, that you shouldn't have standards. We're saying that your standards should be reasonable. You know what kind of man you chose. You know what kind of resources he has access to. You know what time he has available. And based on that, you know what he's capable of doing. And based on that, you should be able to have your expectations set there with something that he's capable of doing. Not And I'm talking about like mildly. So your par on a par 3, you're not supposed to be talking about par 9. On a par 3, you're supposed to be talking about, well, if he can do 2 out of 3, he's doing all right. On a par 3. Now, if he hits all 3, that's good. But you are not trying to say, well, he's got to get a hole in one every time. That's unrealistic. So erosion of self-esteem. I was about to say erroneous levels of self-esteem, but erosion of self-esteem. Erosion of self-esteem is when your self-esteem wears down because you feel like you can never measure up, which damages your self-worth. And this is going to damage the self-worth of the person who is aiming to meet those unattainable expectations. And since guys are usually put in this position, I say that this is going to be for the guys, because guys are never going to say, oh, I want a girl to throw it back like a porn star. It's not going to happen. We're not trying to recreate an OnlyFans account. We want a girl that's going to be there for us and make us happy and be part of our peace. So usually guys are the ones that are jumping through those hoops, and because guys are the ones that are jumping through those hoops, they're going to end up in a position where they're not able to meet those expectations,